Welcome back once again. Happy day to my dear students. Today we are going to discuss about the BP measurement. Okay, in direct method. Okay, in the previous class we discussed about indirect methods. Today we are going to measure direct methods. Okay. What is the difference between the indirect method and direct method? Okay, so in this I will be saying the another term, invasion, non-invasion. So invasion is using a knife, when it reaches our body, then that is called as invasion. When a knife reaches our body, that is called invasion. Reaches here in the sense when it cuts, when a surgical knife is utilized to cut or do some what is called some kind of cutting, okay, or doing some penetration, doing some hole, is called as invasion. ஓகே, சுருக்கமாக சொல்லணும் அப்படின்னா நம்ம உடம்புல கத்தியை கொண்டு எங்கேயாவது ஒரு பக்கம் கட் பண்ணுறோங்களோ இல்லை ஒரு நீடில் கொண்டு நம்ம இதில் ஒரு ஊசி போட்டாங்களோ இந்த இதை ப்ரெஷர் மெஷர்மெண்ட்டுக்காக, தென் தட் இஸ் கால்ட் அஸ் இன்வேஷன். ஸோ இதெல்லாம் எதுவுமே பண்ணாமல் நம்ம பாடி ஸ்கின்னிலேயே இருக்கிற ப்ரெஷரை மெஷர் பண்ணால் நான் இன்வேஷன். Okay, fine. So today that direct method. So direct method or inversion method. Okay, why we are going for this direct method and method is when the patient needs continuous monitoring. Okay, especially in the ICU or some heart operated patient. Okay, these patients will be monitored continuously in ICU, especially the heart performance. Okay, also to measure the degree of accuracy in the sense whether his heart is performing correctly to the equal interval and rhythmic value, proper amplitude, everything. Okay, so in this to measure these things, that is continuous and accurate value and deep region is into the heart. Okay, into the heart. Okay, even it can be measured in sinoatrial itself. Okay, where the origin of the biopotential happens, and in some cases it will also be measured in ventricles also. Okay, so wherever it is required, we can measure by placing the electrodes. Okay. So here again, for direct measurement, what type of needle is required? Okay, what type of probes are required? What are the different types of probes? Needle probe are utilized. Okay, that is why it is very easy to insert the needle through our vein to the heart. Okay. Usually veins will be preferred instead of arteries. Okay, because veins are thicker and it can be viewed clearly, whereas the arteries, it is difficult. The arteries are smaller in size compared to the veins, and again it is difficult to identify that arteries. So that is why usually in this method veins are preferred. Okay, again in this direct method, it is three types. One is percutaneous insertion. Okay, percutaneous insertion. And another method is catheterization. Okay, catheterization. And the third one is implantation of transducer in a vessel or in the heart. Okay, implantation of the transducer in a vessel or in the heart. So if you look at the above three methods, all are utilizing the operation. Okay, operation is needed. Okay, that is why it is called as direct method, invasion method. Usually the probes are utilized to measure the blood pressure. And what are the two types of probes? First one is catheter tip probe and other one is the fluid filled catheter type. Okay. Catheter tip probe is very simple and it won't be very complicated because that will have a simple pressure sensor, pressure transducers at the tip of this probe. So through the vein we can monitor and place this tip in the place where we need to measure the pressure. It directly converts the electrical, that is the pressure, to an electrical signal, and that signal is taken directly from that transducer, and we can do the manipulations. Whereas this fluid filled catheter tube, a fluid column will be there. Okay, a fluid column will be there, and the fluid column pressure will vary depending upon the pressure exerted at the tip where this fluid is tip is kept. Okay, and that change in fluid column is displayed. Okay, it is converted into electrical signal using transducers, and again that electrical signal is amplified or displayed in the system. Okay, right. Let me show you a diagram for this invasion method. So here the fluid filled solution is there. Okay, and that solution is kept to the place of the heart where the pressure has to be measured, and this is the arrangement for measuring of this pressure, and that is connected to the another valve of this junction. Okay, and this is the catheter tube. This catheter tube is completely filled with fluid. At the time of filling, there should not be any air bubbles, or there should not be any unwanted only fluid should be there. Okay, there should not be any extra bodies. So this tube is connected in this junction. Okay, then when there is a change in pressure, then this fluid column will also get changes, and that change in column of the fluid is measured by this pressure transducer, and that change in pressure is converted into electrical through this pressure transducer, and that is fed to the pressure monitor. Okay, this is the catheter. Okay, that is catheter fluid filled. And in case of catheter tip probe, this arrangement is not required. Instead, the tip of this tube will have its own transducer that will measure the electrical activity, pressure change in that portion where it is kept, and that change in pressure is directly converted into electrical, and that signal is taken for the manipulation. So that is what I said. This is the definition. And in case of direct measurement, see, the electrical output from the catheter tip is given to this bridge circuit, and the output is connected to the amplifier. Okay, and here we can find a diastolic indicator and systolic indicator. When the junction A is excited by a positive pulse, okay, very high pulse, then diode D2 will be in forward bias and this charges the capacitor C3, and that charged value is measured as a systolic indicator, that is systolic value. And when there is a minimum voltage at the junction A, the diode D1 and C1 will be acting as a clamper circuit. Okay, at that time, the capacitor C2 will get charged. The capacitor C2 will get charged because the diode D2 will be in reverse bias. Okay, diode D1 will be in the forward bias. Therefore, it is acting as a clamper circuit, and that charges the capacitor C2, and that is indicated as an diastolic pressure. Okay. So hope you enjoyed this session very well, and we will see the cardiac output in the next class. Thank you.